Hey y'all, Carol Norby here. You're at my Stampin' Carol Lots of Crafty Goodness page on Facebook, or you're on my YouTube channel. I didn't do a video last Wednesday because I did on Friday of the products, the 4 cards we made in class, but I came across a cute card on Pinterest. You can hear my husband, he's outside working on spraying under the house for spiders. We've had a lot of spiders in the last few days. Anyway, back to the card. This is called a double diamond pop-up fold card, and it's different. I have to admit the hardest part in this card to me was doing the folds, but we'll get started. So I will flip the card, the phone over. Got my mind on the card, so I'll flip the phone over and we'll get started. Hang on. Okie dokie. Get myself situated here. Okay, this is my website. You will find this card on there tomorrow. So I'm going to start with this is 5.5 by 10. Make sure it's 10. I tried it at the regular size, forgot to trim it down to 10. I go, oops, this isn't going to work. So I scored it 2.5, flipped it over, scored it 2.5, and folded. That gives me, you can see I got a real good seam right there. I'm going to set this aside. The next thing I do, I made a template so I knew what I was doing. So this piece is actually 5 inches by 10 inches. I scored. This is 1 1/4, 2.5, 3 3/4. Then I flipped it. Did it 1 1/4, 2.5, 3 3/4. When you flip it like that, you have a less chance of stretching the cardstock. And then I scored corner to corner, diagonal, both pieces. Then I came in, this is my 2.5 inch mark. I trimmed from those scores to there, and again here. So this is where it gets tricky. I have to admit I had a little bit of struggle with this, but I finally got it. So these 3 scores are going to be valley folds. And if I actually scored this side, but you want to fold away from your score, so I flipped it over. These diagonal lines are mountain folds. It was a little touchy, but basically I folded, 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 and folded. Now just play with it a little bit and it'll come. So this is how you want it to fold in the end, just like that. You can see my marks from the back side. So that's what it's going to look like. Is that clear as mud? This was the hard part, was folding. So now I'm going to show you how to adhere it to your base. Now when you put it on here, these center pieces here, these center scores are going to line up with these scores here. And you're only going to apply adhesive to this piece, and this piece, or sections, I should say. So what I did, I lined it up, but I'm only going to adhere this piece first. And this gets a little touchy, so I'm going to use, since it's such a fold, I'm going to use my really good score tape. Also on spell binders, it's called white line tape. So I'm going to put this on here, but I'm actually going to get the adhesive on all my pieces to be ready. So I didn't want to do this in advance because I needed to show this to you. So we'll get this on here. And since that's a big enough gap, I'm just going to put some in between here. Right there. Oh, I cut that pretty good. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm probably out of your view. I did find a phone holder that'll let me turn my phone sideways and you would get a long skinny view, but I'm not sure how that would work because you can see I keep coming out of the picture here and I have lots of space this way and very little this way, so I'm concerned that the other one might give me some problems. Okay, so I'm going to add my adhesive here. Gotta make sure it doesn't hang over too far. A couple little pieces. So this is probably going to be the longest part. And this is going to turn into a Christmas card. So get that one on there. I might have to add a dot of glue on the very point. I don't know, since I didn't make one of these in advance. How you doing, Heather? I see you've come by to watch. I thought Angie was coming on, but I haven't seen her. She gave us quite a scare Saturday. Oh my gosh, what a scare. And I brought my tape up closer to this point this time, thinking about that. Angie, we were at Hobby Lobby, and me and Angie and a friend, and I thought she was having a stroke. She absolutely scared me to death. We had the ER, I called the 911 within probably 15 seconds of her, in a way, just kind of checking out of reality and unable to speak. So, but we had her at the ER so fast. Okay, so now you can see I am lining up my scores, trying to make sure that I have this in the same position up and down. Okay, there we go. So that's not coming off, it's on there. Okay, then you're going to remove your adhesive, just flatten it out and stick it down. So this was not hard. It's just you got to watch that you get it in the right position, because it's very, very important. So we'll get that off. And just come over and get it down. So anyway, I will see Angie this evening. She had a doctor appointment yesterday. Her doctor is referring her to a neurologist, but she does not remember what transpired. Okay, see? Now, that closes. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to decorate it now. This was the base card. From here on out is the decorating. So I have played with, what did I do with them over here? Get these out. I had just got this stamp set in. You can get it at either Art Impressions or scrapbook.com. My post on this card tomorrow on my website will have the link to both places to buy this. This is so cute. Very adorable little images. We'll be using this in my Christmas card class. I also used some paper that I had bought a couple of years ago. This is by, you can't see much, it's called, I got a tickle here. Polar Playtime. It's by Craft Consortium. I bought it from a friend that has Blue Moon scrapbooking up in Tucson. So I bought some of this paper. This is adorable. I have another pack with gnomes. Gnomes? What was it? I can't remember. Anyway, I used that paper, so I will grab that paper. I got to pull things aside and got everything. So I decorated. Here I stamped the little penguin that's in joy, and stamped it here, left room for a sentiment, so I'm going to adhere him in the middle. So there you can see that's one of the images, is that igloo. So it's great scrapbook paper, but it's also fun to use for card making. So I'm going to get this on here. Yeah, Blue Moon is pretty good. They used to have a store. Then now it's strictly all online. I'm going to move that one out of the way. Okay, so then I want to put this little guy right here. But if you put them on, you can see you got to make sure where you're going to put them. So I'm just going to add adhesive here. It's going to be on the folds, so I got to make sure that that will work. I haven't decided what I'm going to put over here yet. I'll probably figure it out before I post the card tomorrow and take pictures. So this is going to be a little touchy, so Yeah, I've been to it's a good store. It was a great store. I was sad when they closed. I had bought a little bit from them. Um, and I get their emails. So I kind of know what's going on. So I got to make sure now. Get that on here. Set that aside, get my tip out of the way. Right about there. So that should make sure that folds right there. Good. So there's the pop-up. Now on this, I was looking at it and I use this for the somewhere else, so I really don't know what I want to put on there. I could probably do some snowflakes and something, but maybe I'll just do another little penguin and put over here. So I'm still thinking. So anyway, that's how that's going to fold. And you can decorate these. You can save your, just whatever you want to do. You can stamp them. So now I need to do the cover. So I got to move some stuff to find my pieces. Okay, so here's my two pieces I'm going to put on the cover. So I'm going to put this one on this side and this one on that side. There's some more. Now, if you look, you can see the fish actually have a shimmer. This paper is so fun. Oh my gosh. Just so fun. I've even cut the image. They have a whole bunch of images on the paper folder, the cover and back and insides, that I have been cutting those off. And fancy cutting. Whoops, I'm a little crooked here. Get back. Pay attention to what I'm doing. There we go. Get that on there. Get that little piece of adhesive out of the way. Here's the back side of the dots. The dots is really shimmery. You can see that. And on the other side is sentiments, just fun little words, and it's very shimmery too. This paper is just so cool. I'm wishing scrapbook.com carried this sometimes, because I put in big enough orders there that really helps cut my shipping. Get that in here. I got to stand up again. So get that on there. Okay, so now the belly band. So this was fun. I cut a 1-inch strip by the full 11.5 inches, and I embossed it. Spellbinders has a lengthy, whoops, I better get this covered. I'm going to have a problem here. A long slimline die. This is diagonal stripes slimline. And I had to use my big die cut machine, and I put it in there and embossed it, and then I matched up the lines and embossed it again. So that's how I did that. So I kind of figured out where I need it. Right about there. Okay, make it a little snug. Okay, so I'm going to glue that, because I can see I need something that's really going to hold. So we'll get some glue on here. Not too much so it doesn't squish out. Line it up, hold it for a moment. This is just too cute. I just love this. And then find my last little piece. I got a pile over here to the side. There's my one I'm going to put on the cover. And I use Spellbinder's Essential Circles to cut out the image. The sentiments, that's where it got wild. I used Whimsy Tree from Spellbinders. I cut the word Mary off the phrase and stamped that. And then on their holiday sentiment stacks, I just did the word Christmas, because they're all different, lots of different things you can do there. So that should be stuck by now. And then this, so I'm going to roughly measure this, kind of get a pencil mark underneath where I need to put my tape. And I'm just going to use my white line tape here, or my score tape. Got to find the end. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to go Here to here. Trim that. Here to here. I'm going a little bit inside because of my line, because of the curve of the circle. There we go. Get that down there and make sure it's on good. Okie dokie. Stand up again. Make sure this is, I'm going to take that off so I can see what, try to center it. Oh, cool. That's neat. Heather, British Columbia Scrapbooking Store. That is just neat. Okay. Okay, there we go. And you can embellish the cover how you want. You can add more of whatever theme you're using. But there's the card. Isn't that cool? Get that out of the way and get this out of the way. So that is a double diamond pop-up fold card. Take that off and things pop up. I think I'll probably stamp another of this little guy and put on here because that's really cool. And then with the, okay, what did I just do with it? I might come in and add, you know, we've got ornaments, snowflakes and stuff. I might just stamp on here. I can use my Misty. So that's pretty cool. So I will do that. So that is the card. Isn't that neat? I just love that. So I was going to show you something else I got. I am starting to work on my Valentine cards. So I bought this cute little stamp set and coordinating die from Whimsy Stamps. Aren't those gnomes cute? Just love these little gnomes. And then for other classes, I got these great dies here. Can you see that? My husband said, "What is that?" And I said, "That's a window." He thought it was a door. And then this really cool oval die. And then this one rectangular. So I'm going to be playing with these pretty soon and getting them done. But anyway, that is my card. I'll flip you back over and say, I'm glad you popped by. And I hope to see you next week. I've got to play with some more ideas. You know, Pinterest and Instagram is just a wealth of ideas. And so, but anyway, that's it. And I hope you have a great week. We are finally cooling down here. It's only in the 80s instead of 100. Feels great. Feels great. So it has cooled down. So anyway, have a wonderful day, and hopefully I will have a good idea again next week. Y'all take care. God bless. Bye-bye.